Tennessee Alcohol and Drug Association and the director of the statewide drug clearinghouse. Ms. Crockett, let's give you, over the last few minutes that we have during this last segment of the show, an opportunity to talk about what we might be able to do as the media in terms of helping you and what the media has already done in terms of helping you to get out your message.
Okay. I've probably alluded to this twice, but when we got our enhanced funding 2 years ago for the Community Education Initiative, one of the components in that was to work with the media, which was right up my alley. I had 14 years media experience, so there was a piece of cake for me to do this. Basically, what we did was we tried to forge partnerships with broadcasters in specific areas of the state. So far, we have a 30-city commitment from the broadcasters in those 30 cities to air our PSAs. When we come there to visit, to give us airtime. And if we broadcast facts, you some news about a new drug or whatever, that they'll air it. So I feel that's a pretty important commitment from 30 cities, and that commitment came as a result of face-to-face contact with those broadcasters, because faxing and not following up did not get us anywhere prior to that. So basically what we did was we got in the car and we combed Tennessee. So we've already traveled over 15,000 miles and trying to back and forth, trying to get the word out about our services. And we did that at the expense of gas money, where we could not buy advertising. We went in and tried to get whatever the station would offer us. So we greatly appreciate the media in this city and others across Tennessee for their commitment to substance abuse. A lot of the station general managers clearly said that they want this to be an issue that they want their station to cover. So without that commitment, I don't think we'd have gotten as far as we would.
You know, it's strange that you would even meet any kind of opposition to what you're trying to do.
Well,
if, as we've said already, that drug and substance abuse plays such a critical part in terms of the interaction and relationships that it has with everything else.
Well, certain radio stations, and I won't mention any, their main function, and certain broadcasters, their main function is all about money. It's not about community affairs or what's going on in the community. They're into making money and selling commercials, and that's that. And if they squeeze in 5 minutes, then you're pretty lucky. And we've come across that at several spots across Tennessee. But for the most part, they've greeted us with open arms. And they also depend on us to keep them posted if anything new should come down the pike. We have created in our office a little piece I do called an information alert. This alert is done 2 or 3 times a year, or as warranted, if new drugs are a threat to Tennessee, or if we get some information on something here that we just got to let everybody know about. The alert is usually a page and a half long. It's just the facts, it's the slang. It'll give you the symptoms of what this substance will do, and we broadcast facts that all across Tennessee to all the radio, TV, and newspapers.
You know, I think, Ms. Crockett, many of us are probably amazed when we talk about the various types of illegal drugs. I think all of us become, as you explained just a while ago, about crack, cocaine, and et cetera, and that's all we know. But I think oftentimes there do appear on the scene what might be described as, quote, new illegal drugs. And I think that quite recently some have appeared. Within the framework of the information that we have in reference to it, why don't you give us some information as to what you know in this clearinghouse dealing with some of the new, quote, unquote, drugs that we have?
Well, some of the things that I could just remember off the top of my head, specifically there's one called Wet. It's a nickname for it. It's called Wet. What kids in certain parts of the United States are doing is they're getting those long brown Moore cigarettes and they're dipping them in formaldehyde and smoking it. And that's a horrible high. And some people have become very violent as a result of this. That is something that was done back in the 1970s. I guess they must have read an old magazine or watched an old movie. It seems like everything old is new again. There is the reemergence of heroin. It's being talked about quite a bit. There's this new heroin called red rum, which is murder spelled backwards, that we are, why would you want to ingest something like that with a name? That we are trying to alert people about. There's also, this is it's not an illegal drug yet, but it's something that you can find at any little Quick or 7-Eleven or whatever the case may be. It's called ephedrine, which is a stimulant. It's an upper, or Mal Wong is the real name, or herbal ecstasy. A lot of kids take these, college students specifically, and several across the United States, I think 12 or 16, either one, have died as a result of taking this. And this is something that you can just buy at any of these little markets all over Tennessee. So what we try to do is just alert people to that and what this will do to you if you take it.
Very good. And we've got about a minute, and during this last minute, Ms. Crockett, let's have you to not only make some final comments, but to let our audience know what they might be able to do in order to help you and the Drug Association in the performance of your task.
Well, one of the things I would like to mention is that our office is located in Metro Center at 545 Mainstream Drive. We are open to the public. We do have our 800 service, the Tennessee Red Line. It's operational from 1-800, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. The number is 1-800-889-9789. We don't care what your name is. And also, for the taxpayers out there, if you really appreciate programs, get on the phone and call the governor's office or the Department of Health and let them know how you feel about substance abuse in your community.
Very good. Very good. And let me thank you, Ms. Crockett, over the last 20 seconds that we have here, for coming by and giving us that excellent information about the Tennessee Drug Association and the clearinghouse. And I think all of our viewers recognize that it is through your office that they might be able to, not only viewers, but institutions and et cetera, that they might be able to get this information. And let me encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Cummings. Thank you and good morning.